Pinkies, I hope you are well. I'm going to be doing my haul. I'm going to see if it needs to be one part or two parts because I have a small carry-on suitcase that is chock-a-block filled with everything that I picked up in my trip to Japan. As you can hear, I am sick. I got home from Japan after 3 flights, and then hubby and I had our wedding anniversary, and you guys told me to rest, which I actually took your advice this time and did. And then the day after our anniversary, I came down sick. Sam's also sick. I'm not sure if it's connected. Sian's not, but we're both quite sick with the flu or a cold or a virus. I'm not sure what it is, but I feel pretty crappy. But I don't want to miss another video, so you're just gonna have to excuse my disgusting voice and the sniffles that I have. I do have tissues close by because my nose is really runny and my meds haven't kicked in yet. So as you know, I went to Japan with my girls, Sam and Sian, and then hubby met us halfway through the trip. He was only there for 4 days because our dates changed, but it was still nice to have him come for Disney. And then him and I went to Universal in Osaka. We were actually meant to do more in Osaka, but we were just absolutely wrecked. So the first day that we got to Osaka, we walked around Universal like zombies because we bought a 2-day pass in the end. And then as soon as our hotel was able to be checked into, because we're right near Universal, the hotel that we picked, walked out, went straight to the hotel, and then slept for 5.5 hours because we had to get up like 3 a.m. to get on our flight to get to Osaka. So it's pretty bad planning on our part, but like I said, our dates changed, so all of our previous plans had gone out the window. Now I have an assortment of things from Atoya, Tokyo Hands, Loft, the Travelers Factory, at Narita Airport. We actually also went to the Tokyo Station one. We didn't get to go to the flagship. We didn't make it. We also didn't make it to Cute Things from Japan. A lot of things that, well, not a lot, but there was a chunk of things we didn't actually get to do because we just ran out of time, and exhaustion levels from all of us were pretty high because we were cramming so much in, and things that we didn't think would take as long took much longer, so things had to go by the wayside. But I have an assortment of things from Disney, Don Quixote, some cute little individual stores, and nothing is grouped. Like I've kind of just pulled, like I have like this thing is filled with all little bits and pieces just to try and keep everything. I tried to unpackage as much as I could so that I wasn't taking a heap of packaging home. So a lot of the stuff is kind of really randomly fitted together because that's how I had it in my carry-on. And I've tried to sort of group ish things together. This is my little tote bag that I picked up at a company called Punias, and it is like kind of plus size Japanese fashion label. I mean, they carry smaller sizes, but they go up to quite a larger size, and I picked up 2 pieces of clothing from there and this tote bag, so I just kind of shoved it in there. There were a few things from the Travelers Notebook Factory that I picked up. They had a books and everything in between sort of thing at the Narita station, so I picked up the 3 things that I saw that I really liked out of that. So I picked the really bright yellow insert. I also picked up the little book charm to go on one of my TNs, and I also picked up, this is out of its packaging because I had it in my bag in case I wanted to write notes down, and this little pale pink one. There were some really cute things there as well, and they also had the Manual Factory Bear stuff, and they didn't have the charm. I don't know if the charm made it to the airport or whether we ran out, but I picked up the set of stickers, and when I went back as I was leaving to grab Sian a pack because she regretted not getting any, they were all sold out. So the stickers are really cute. Well, there's only 4, yeah. So there's obviously the Manual Factory, and then this one here. So these are like Hong Kong logo on Hong Kong stickers, so it must have been a collab. They didn't have a notebook, I don't think, for this collab, because I would have picked it up, but they were the stickers that I picked up from that. I also grabbed the leather insert for my passport. Now I have the leather insert for my standard, which is in another bedroom, but I wanted to grab the leather insert for my passport just in case I turn my passport into a wallet. I had intended on taking it to Japan as my wallet, and I know Sian actually used her passport as her wallet and still is, and so I switched at the last second back out of this. So I will probably set this up as a wallet sometime soon and have a go. So I wanted to have that there, and I obviously already had the standard size one. I will show you what it looks like. I'm pretty sure most of you know. I'll also be keeping the cute little envelope because they're just so cute. Oh man, that's gonna be a pain. There we go. Got it. Got it. Really cute. Sian also grabbed the wallet insert as part of her birthday present because it was her birthday on the second day. So you can see there is really, really light, has that flap there and on the other side, and then obviously you have the zipper compartment, and I would definitely replace the this one because I find that I wreck these really easily if I'm putting coins and change in it. So I obviously got the brown one to suit my brown TN, or my camel TN I should say. I also picked up the new edition folder, and I'm pretty sure my folder may actually even be in my standard. I don't think it is in here. I think it's in my standard. I'll have to check. But this is the newest writing board for this year. So it has like the coffee and the music and things and cameras. It's really, really cute. And it has the grid on the back. And I bought the folder as well because if you got the folder, actually I need to go get my TN because it shows you the leather tag that's also on it. Because if you bought 2 of the new 2019 items, you got a leather tag as a freebie. And so I did that for myself, and I also picked up a few things for Katie because she sent me with some money for this trip. So I grabbed her the same thing, so she also got the leather tag. So I'll go get my TN out of my backpack, so give me 1 second. All right, so this is the leather tag that you got when you got the 2 items. So it was really, really lovely, and she did give you a choice. Like, she had a whole heap of them on the desk and you could pick the one that you like the most. And then the folder that you got was also this one. So I only had, I think, the writing board in my hands at the time, and then she told me if I bought 2 of the items I would get the tag. And so I did that, and you can see that I've got like folders and odds and ends in the back of there, so I was using that. And I just watched an Instagram post from Patrick NG, I'm not sure that's how, Patrick and he put elastic through this little hole and inserted it into his insert like that, which I am definitely going to do because I noticed that Sian's was falling out of her passport because she bought the passport one, and so I want to do the same thing. So I grabbed those and the leather tag from there. I also picked up a couple of unusual inserts that I obviously like to collect. So this one has Travelers Tokyo, and this one is like a stamping one. I'm not quite sure. I got one for my mum as well, but I really just love the graphic on the front. I'm pretty sure it's just a standard notebook, but they have these with cute little different covers. So I obviously got the I obviously went for covers that I know I can't get in Australia, because I will use them. And the other 2 inserts that I picked up were the short trip ones. I know Mitz uses these a lot and you can't get them in Australia, and they're like half the size, so they're really thin. So I picked a blank one, and then I picked one that says MD paper. MD blank. I wonder what's the difference. Just the color of the covers. They both say blank MD paper. So yeah, maybe it's just the color of the covers. I don't know. But I can't get the short trip ones. They never seem to have them in Australia. And I just think they'd be really cute for little trips, because that's the whole point. And they were only like around $2.50, $3 for these. Whereas in Australia, these inserts are costing me like $9 or $10. What's the price on that one? I cannot even see the price, but I know that the inserts are never expensive at all. So they're all the inserts that I picked up for this trip, but I did obviously try and get ones that were unique and different, because I already have a whole heap of the standard size and the 003 ones. So they're the ones. This is my old folder, because I did have my other folder from my last trip, but then I switched into the new one. That is just a bit of ephemera that is in the hoard. So those are my Travelers Factory inserts and bits and pieces. I didn't pick up too many other things because I did such a huge... Oh, I did actually get the stickers from the books and everything in between. So I kind of tried to look for the collaboration things that they had that I know that I won't get in Australia. So they have these really beautiful thick embossed stickers, and obviously I'm a big book fanatic, so it was always nice to see the book collab. I just tried to pick up things that I knew that I couldn't get in Australia, and this was kind of our rule as a group, things that we could not get in Australia, or things that were significantly cheaper to purchase in Japan as opposed to picking up in Australia. And that was kind of our rule of thumb when buying things overseas, especially when you can get, like I can obviously get TN stuff in Australia, but I can't, these sorts of collabs don't come. I know the folders and things will end up in Australia. Obviously we'll pay a premium price. You know, we're not going to be paying $2 and $3, like $3 and $4 for things. We're paying like $6 to $10. So picked up those. I did pick up some of these really old school bus tickets because they had a whole heap of sort of vintage ephemera in little things, and this one was 400 yen, so around 450, $5 with the exchange rate. So I just thought these were really cute and be nice to add into my travel journal. They had a whole stack of all different types of ephemera, but obviously when we first got there it was kind of like, don't spend all your money in one place, which is very hard to do when you want to buy all the things. I think I picked up a postcard as well, because I didn't see this one last time I was here. So I did try and pick things that were unique, because I've obviously been before and I spent a stack of money at the Travelers Factory last time. And I think in here maybe my pen loop, because I picked up a new Camel pen loop because mine got really bent out of shape when I had it on one of my TNs that had been altered. So I tried to fix it, but it was too bent out of shape. So I did pick up another Camel one. I did pick up the railway map, and this is from Hobonichi. I did see a whole heap of Hobonichi stuff in Loft. When we went, I actually visited 2 or 3 lofts, and so I picked up the subway map to put into my subway railway to put into my TN. I'm sorry, I have to keep drinking, otherwise I'm gonna have a coughing fit, because I can feel it in the back of my throat. So I've got that, and this is laminated, so this is like really nice and sturdy. I did pick up a few Hobonichi things, which I will show you. They're kind of still in my suitcase. Let's see, I did pick up some of the little Kita washi stickery things because they're not readily available in Australia either. So I picked up this floral print here. I also picked up this sort of brighter, more vibrant floral, and I then picked up this sort of more muted one. I could have gone absolutely ham with these because they're not, I don't see them in Australia. Either I'm not looking or what, but they are normally from the Japanese stores online. I don't know if any Aussie stores are stocking these. So I only picked up 3 and they don't have any prices on them either. But I don't think they're any more than $4 or $5 from memory. And they come really handy in planning and things and just for general decoration. I really loved the sort of floral tones. But then I picked up a really nice bright coloured one for like my art journal and things. I picked up a few postcards. I picked up more than a few actually. I've just got postcards in all different areas, but some of the ones that I picked up was obviously the map of Japan, and this was the currency, so all the different currency that we were using. The sky tree, these are really hard to see in there. I don't like how much packaging everything is, and I'm gonna have to try and repurpose a lot of the packaging, but this one feels really, really nice. Almost like watercolor paper. I got a few Halloween ones with black cats on them to use in my journal as tip-ins. We got Sian, excuse me, a happy birthday card because it was her birthday. But when you spend over a certain amount of money and you claim tax-free, they wrap up a whole heap of your purchases so that they can not be touched, so you're exporting them out of the country. And this got wrapped up, so even though I'd bought her a special happy birthday Japanese card, even though I bought her the other one, we just thought this would be nice for her journal. It got wrapped up for tax purposes, so I couldn't even give it to her. So I'm going to have to give it to her next time I see her. I love all the little cat images. This one is pretty sure Tokyo Station, which is where we, yep, Tokyo Station, which is where we were, and got severely lost. Also, I bought a lot of cat stuff, guys. Like, I'm a crazy cat lady. You just have to accept it. I think that's all the postcards in this pile. Oh no, this little sumo guy is a postcard as well. He had a whole line of stationery, like notebooks, notepads, stickers, you name it. And he was doing all sorts of random odd things. I think, yeah, I bought more than one. Like him shopping. I think because I'd been stared at so much for being plus size with my pink hair that I definitely felt like this guy. And so when I was like so tired walking around Loft late on I think it was late one night before we went to Disney, I was like, this is my spirit animal, because I just felt like a giant sumo wrestler walking around the streets of Japan. And so I bought those two, and I think I bought a sticker of him as well, because yeah, here I bought a sticker of him as well, because it literally I looked at it, I was like, that's how I feel. I just feel like a giant house walking the streets of Tokyo. I think I was tired, I was emotional, and it was so busy. This was when we were going to the Shibuya crossing, and I was trying to find a hobo cover for a friend. I had looked everywhere for it. It was sold out wherever I looked, and so we went to one in Shibuya. There was so many people, and so I was just feeling very emo and very like, this is me. So I picked up some of that. Oh, sounds so dramatic, doesn't it? Okay, this is a Delphonic sticker that was a freebie, so we all picked up one of those. I picked up some really cute Mount Fuji stickers, and they've got little Sakura and everything, and they're all sort of glittery and gold for my journal. And I also picked up these paper cranes, which were really beautiful for my travel journal. Now, these were really cool. These were custom diary stickers, and I picked these up for my bullet journal next year. I thought it'd be something different. And they had a whole heap of different designs that you could pick from, but obviously I picked this rando pink character that is quite big, actually. I saw some of this creature's merch in Kittyland. And so these are giant stickers, and they obviously are all, oh, they all also have cute freaking tabs. Oh my god, I didn't know they came with like little tabs. That's adorable. So they had all the little months and they're all just giant stickers. So I've got those for next year for my bullet journal, and they are all different colors. And then, oh, they even have like a little full-blown 2020 sticker, and then they have undated ones by the looks of it. Oh, that's really cute. Man, totally worth it. I wanted to buy all the prints. It was a choice between this one or a rainbow kind of one, but the little pink fat character just totally got me. And I just thought this was a nice little change. It'll fit really nicely in my planner. So I just thought they were really unusual little things. And oh, there's even like a little clear sticker. Oh man, this is like the best. I picked it up on a whim and I wasn't even paying attention. So it's got a yearly and a monthly, a pocket, marking, and an index. But they were really cute, and they weren't expensive. I didn't buy anything. I didn't splurge on too many items. And this was in Loft, I think, with the girls. But I want to say they were around $4. Nothing crazy. And I just thought they were really unique and a really fun way to have something in your bullet journal. I liked that they were all colored and they're all stickers. And yeah, so I wonder if anyone stocks those. I'd have to try and hunt them down. I would definitely buy them again in the future. But the character was called like... Where did I just put his little... Okay. Where did I put the packaging for that? I'm not sure. Butter. It was like some crazy name. Anyway. Custom diary stickers. Here you go. Papa. But really cute. Greeting line ink. So maybe try and find some of those if you're interested. But I just thought they were really cute and different. So I grabbed those. I also picked up these Alice in Wonderland. I think I picked up more than just that. I picked up 2 sets. So I love Moomins. And so I picked these clear tabs. The Alice in Wonderland were $4.80 and Moomin was $500. And I think that's the end. And I think that's because of the sort of, you're buying a character, like a brand, sort of like Disney. But they were clear tabs that you can put on top of things, and the Alice in Wonderland characters are all silhouettes, and so you can see them all there from the brand Stippy, and they're both from that brand, and so you can see there that they just sort of sit on top of your thing. And I thought they were really cute little bookmarks, and they look like they are like, I'm gonna open one to see. Curiosity's got the better of me. Yeah, they look like they're hard. So like this bit is like plastic and then the bottom is sticky. I'll keep them down there. So they will be really cute. Oh, and you get like several sheets of them. So I might have to give Sam an Alice one because I'm pretty sure that she didn't pick those up, but I think she wanted to. I can't remember. I cannot remember. But you get several sheets. I don't think you get as many of the Moomin ones. I think you only get a couple. But I loved them and I grabbed them because they were unusual and something I hadn't seen before. And I also picked up a couple of pockets that are for your journal. I actually am considering seeing if I can, because these are fabric. And I thought about this one in particular going on my jacket. Because I just thought it looks like an embroidered patch. And it's meant to be for your journal, but there's no reason why I can't just put it on my jacket, because I just think that would get more use. Mainly this one, because this one's fabric. I don't think the other one's fabric. This one has a pen loop, so you could put it on your I'd be more inclined to chop the pen loop off and just have this as a patch for my jacket. So that's a maybe. And then I picked up this little Moomin pocket as well with her all over it because it was hot pink. And I just thought these were really cute to have on your journals or my jacket. I'm still undecided. I think it'll go on my jacket because it's just too cool. I mean, even if I just chopped her off and put her on my jacket and kept the pocket for my journal, who knows? But I picked up 2 of those. And I'm not quite sure how much these were. Some of them have prices on them, some of them don't. But I know that nothing was more than $5 because I was really particular with what I picked up unless it was like super splurgy. And I have these little alien ones from Disney. These were marketed for your phone case to put on your phone, but they are fabric, so I'm going to get them sewn onto my jacket as well. They're just too cute, the little aliens, and these are like the little mochi things that you get in Japan. So I grabbed those because I was like, hey, they look like patches. I didn't find any patches anywhere actually, so I kind of had to improvise with what I picked up. So I grabbed those. Oh, and I also grabbed an alien sticker for my journal. I grabbed a couple of the Midori stickers. These are translucent stars. I'm pretty sure they're the only ones I actually picked up from memory, but I haven't seen the stars here in Australia, and so I grabbed the stars. And then these little notepads, we've had a few similar in the stationery selection box, but never this one. And this one, it looks like sketchy colored pencil lines. And so I grabbed that so that all of us could share because it's all the same thing. And this was only like, you know, $3 for a whole pad of really lovely tip-in paper. And I'd never seen the sort of colored pencil lines before, and it reminded me of when I do it in my journal. Little monster note cards. They had a whole range of different monsters, and they have little matching envelopes for it, so I grabbed the little purple umbrella, monster umbrella. I picked up quite a few of these little envelopey things in different prints. So there's like the Japanese cat, there's the little Mount Fuji's, and obviously this is note cards and stuff, and I looked at those as tip-ins, things that I could use to tip into my journal. We went to a beautiful, like, they're two separate businesses, but they kind of promote each other. I don't know if they're run by the same company, but I have a whole heap of vlog footage that I'll go through. I'm probably going to do Journal with Me's and mix the vlog footage in, but we went to a place where we could make our own ink and make our own notebooks. And in the notebook place, they had these glassine envelope inserts, and I was like, that could be a translucent tip-in, so that bit's got sticky tape on it. So they're like, you need the envelopes. I'm like, I don't want the envelopes, I just want this bit. So I grabbed the pastel colors to have really nice little tip-ins. And then this is extra paper. Sorry, need a drink. At the notebook place, you could pick paper to make your notebook, and they had all different types of paper: watercolor paper, alcohol marker paper, Tomoe River paper, grid, dot, you name it. And they were all in packs, and we didn't realize at the time, but you could only pick 4 packs of paper per notebook, so it didn't get too chunky. And so I had extra paper left over once I picked the paper that I put into my notebook. And in the end, I just said, look, I will buy the packs, these as well, because I obviously can use them as tip-ins. And they weren't expensive, like 130 yen, 160, 190, and 190 is the really thick watercolor paper. So I think we all bought the extra paper that we had picked up, not realizing that it was 4 packs per notebook. And I have the name of the notebook place somewhere. I have like a card or something. I can't quite remember it off the top of my head right now, but I know the ink place was called Inkstand, which I have ink as well. So these are the extra papers, and I'm pretty sure this is the watercolor paper, and this one maybe even the marker paper, and this one I think is they had MD paper there as well. I should have labeled them, but the ones that I didn't actually put in. I grabbed some little, oh man, I didn't realize that they had extras in the back. These are little index clips, 4 designs, 16 pieces, so you had extras. So I bought cat clips because crazy cat lady. And I also picked up some number stickers, and this looks like the Dymo stuff. So I picked those up. Oh, this is such a crazy haul. I know it's very all over the place, but there was no real way to show you all this stuff. We went to a really adorable shop called Foo, and these were so freaking cute. They were like softie monsters, and I picked up a whole heap of them because I wanted to adopt literally every single one this woman made. I have my little anxiety monster. She's not in here. She must be in the suitcase, which I put on Instagram. This is one of the ones I got with the little pom-pom and the little flappy arms, and the arms sort of go together. So there's like a little button on there and elastic on her other one. And then I picked up this little purple guy. I picked up this little green guy with his little tuft of hair. And I picked up this one. There's also one on my Kunkin sling. I bought a camo one for Elijah, and I bought a blue one for Lily. I loved them. And I know the girls bought quite a few as well. It was such a beautiful little shop, and I almost didn't go in there because it was a very small shop, meaning I felt like I would knock things over with my hips, with my bag, and so I wasn't going to go in, but the girls pushed me into the shop because they knew I would regret it, and they are so good for doing that. Sometimes I would bark and go, no, I'm not going, but this time around I was very glad that I succumbed to their peer pressure because it was just such a beautiful thing. I feel so soft and so cute, and there were so many different designs. It was so good, so good. So I'm glad that they pushed me into that. I bought the kids, all of the kids, a little cable bite. I got the pink Care Bear, as you can see, so it hangs onto your cable. I bought Elijah an anime one, Lily a fox one, and John didn't ask for one, so I didn't get him one. But I got the little pink Care Bear for my one, and I'm pretty sure Sam got a purple Care Bear from memory. Oh, so many things. This is actually tape that Mitz gave us all she gave us this and some really cute erasers, and I don't know if the erasers are in this little section, but this is, she's like, it's almost over, but it doesn't matter. Really cute washi tape that has the numbers on it, kind of like the calendar, and so she gave all of us one of those when we met up, which is really cute, so I'm going to use that in my journal. And I picked up 2 more of the washi tape holders in the pink, and I also picked up little refills because I just loved mine, so I grabbed those while I could see it. They haven't hit Australia yet. I have not seen them. I check Kinakuya all the time and they haven't come, so I grabbed 2 more, and I also grabbed Katie one for her little stationery goodie bag with the money she sent me. So I picked up those Mako washi holders because I think they're fabulous. I bought myself a Hello Kitty fork for my handbag, my lunchbox handbag. So I picked up that, and that was like, I think $2.50, something ridiculously crazy. I was really good. I didn't buy too much washi. Last time I bought so much washi, but this time I was very controlled. I felt very on top of life. I only bought this much, which, considering last time I bought so much washi tape, this time I was very particular with what I picked up. This is clear Moomin's tape, clear packing tape, but it's got like the Moomin print on it, you can see there, and I'd never seen tape like that before. I'm not going to unwrap the tapes, I'll be here for 100 years, but you'll see them in coming up journal with me's. But this one was really cool, and they had like Disney tape. It had a whole heap of different prints, but I really liked the Moomin one, so I grabbed that. I grabbed this really pretty sort of watercolor hand-drawn floral one. This is an MT one I had not seen. It's like the Mina Parahorn one, the Parahorn. Oh god, I'm butchering that. The one that does the really cute Hobonichi covers, and the one that's butterflies but looks like fried eggs. Here it is. I always thought it was fried eggs, but it's actually butterflies. So I picked that one up. I picked up this new Traveller's Factory one that's got like all the different shop fronts and terminals and things like that. So that was unique to the Traveller's Factory. Same as this one that has like all the little not logos, but like the Mount Fuji and little shrines and the airport and things. So I grabbed that one. I don't know why I got a pastel pink tape, because I already own one, I think. Probably. I have no idea what possessed me to buy that one. This one has cats on it. It's like pink tape with cats on it because it's pink and it's got cats on it. Couldn't resist. This one is like almost like collage. It looks very classic-y style in its tape form. And then this one looks like watercolor swatches. And I'm pretty sure, oh no, there's another one. Oh, that's another similar one to the classic-y style. It has like collage on it, but I will use those in upcoming journal with me's. I'll use them in my journal with me's, my travel journal ones. So there's all the washi I bought. I'm going to pause and I'm going to blow my nose, and I don't want to do that on camera because that's gross, and finish drinking my tea, and then I'll come back because my throat's killing me. Okay, I picked up, I know this looks dumb, but I picked up some mini Pitt glue, and it came with this cute little cat like rubber clip that you put onto your glue stick, and I considered this really smart because you can always tell which glue is the one you're currently using. When you have multiple glues, I always pick up the wrong one, or I start a new one when I've got one. So this was really a cute idea, and it was like $2 for 2 glue sticks. And and the little store that we got it from was like an independent stationery store run by this little old Japanese man and his dad, and they were so freaking cute. And they were so overwhelmed and grateful that we were shopping at his little stationery store, and the little old man, like the grandpa, was looking through his atlas to show me Australia on the map. Oh my god, they won my heart. I wanted to buy all my things from them. So this was definitely one of the cutest purchases, and I'd not seen that before. They were so cute, so cute. I bought more glue. I don't know why I kept buying glue, because it was so cheap, and in Australia it's not. Let's see. There is my pen holder in the medium camel for my replacement broken one. What else should I show you before I get... I bought some Dymo label. You can buy them in singles at Sakaido. And so I bought a yellow, which I've never seen before. I bought a whole pack of neon pink, and I bought clear. And these were $3.80 each. They were a little bit pricey, but in Australia you can't get singles of anything, and I've never seen the yellow before. They had red, they had blue, they had a whole heap of different colors, but I picked these 3 up. I thought this would be really good for putting onto photographs because it's clear, and obviously when you punch it the letters are white. So I grabbed those 3 colors. I'm pretty sure the girls grabbed almost identical, or Sam got a blue and Sian got a red in replace of the pink or the yellow. I can't quite remember. I picked up this little eraser, and I've not ever seen a eraser cover before, and I didn't realize that the Travelers Factory had one as well. And I didn't pick up the Travelers Factory one because I'd already bought this one, and so I was really intrigued about the whole concept of it. So I grabbed one of those from the notebook place. Can't even get it out, not even gonna try. But it looks really nice, and you know I've got an obsession with erasers, so I grabbed that. I did pick up some watercolors, not very many because I didn't want to bring too many home. I say that and I get all these tubes out. I only bought little tubes. I bought a mixture of who did I get? Holbein. Yeah, mixture of Holbein, and there was another brand I picked up. It wasn't just Holbein, there was another brand. The other brand was I want to say Kusakabe, and I'm pretty sure they were Japanese. And so I picked up a whole heap of little tubes. And this one was Floral Violet. This one is Mineral Violet, Cobalt Blue, Aurora Pink. I picked up the Holbein and Cadmium Yellow Deep, and Viridian Hue. I tried to pick colors that I didn't already own. Shell Pink, Sap Green, Turquoise Blue, and obviously Opera Pink because I'm a sucker. And so I picked up those little tubes, and I think none of these were any more than $3 or $4, and then obviously I got the smallest tube just to try. So there were the little tube of watercolors that I picked up to have a play with, and obviously I will probably do swatches of some of these things in studio vlog this month. So I don't want to, because there's just so many. I love that they put them in little boxes for me so they didn't explode. That was really lovely. I picked up some more of the acrylic gouaches. They had them there, and I picked up only a couple of tubes. So I picked up the Ultramarine Blue. I picked up Opera because I didn't actually buy Opera. I bought all pastel colors last time. 90% sure. I could be totally lying. I also picked up Magenta. I picked up Smalt Blue. I picked up this Ash Rose and a Deep Yellow. And they were quite cheap as well. I know Sam got a couple of colors. She got all the pastels, but I already own the pastels from the last time. Well, not the last time I went to Japan, but I picked them up in New York. And so I really enjoy using these, and I just think they're really nice. And I know that Fran Nerd uses these types of blues in her work, and they're just really lovely, which is why I was pushed to pick them up. I bought a Sailor Moon lip balm because I'm a sucker. I also bought one from my kid. I don't care. I live for the Moony life. Let's see. I bought a couple of magnets. So I bought the Tokyo Disneyland, and then this little lucky cat standing in front of Shrine Gates. So I'm going to put them on our fridge. I bought a couple of pins for our pin board. So I bought the Japanese version of Minnie. I also bought the Toy Story Mania pin from Japan. I mean, from Tokyo. This was one of the carnival games, so you got to pick a prize. So I picked the Spooky Goofy. I bought a Shinjuku pin because we stayed there. And I got the Tokyo Disneyland Hotel pin, which is the hotel we stayed at. So I try and pick up pins from where we stay. I also bought a tiny little Totoro holding a flower for my pen case. I think that's all the pins. That is all the pins. Oh, this one was another one from the carnival games, but it's like a little charm. So it was Donald and Daisy. In Tokyo, oh no, I also bought this the little one with the Japan on it. In the Travelers Factory, they have gachapons where you can put in, you can get a coin, like I think it's 500 yen or 400 yen, and you can get little pins and badges, or they can change the back and turn it into a magnet or a charm. I have two more. I don't know where they are because I got this one on my first go, like when I first arrived, and then I picked up two more on my way out because we left from Narita. I got a couple of stamps. I got the Grumpy Cat C right there, and I got a little panda stamp because I affectionately refer to my husband as a panda. I got a couple of hair clips for my hair because I'm 5. So these are like glittery stars and aliens. You know, because. Right, I bought some Holbein. There should be another one of these. Somewhere there's another one of these because I bought 4. So these are Holbein masking fluid in a pen. And I bought 4 of those because I bought some for a friend who asked me to specifically look for these for her. I picked up a really nice little travel water brush, like it's really small. I picked up a cute little, like the tape runners of Love Hearts. They look like they, what do you call it? Even, like, what's that word? Iridescent? Holographic? I am way sick, man. These are the cute little erasers from Mitts. So cute. I picked up a few of these, I want to say they're Sai pens. Is that what they were called? Yeah, Sai pens. They said they were traditional Japanese colors. So I picked a few of them up. They were $2.50-ish. So they look like really nice brush pens. So I picked up a green, a blue, a pink, a sort of bluey grey, and a vintage rosy colour. They just looked like really lovely muted tones. I didn't get too many markers at all. And I also picked up these Sailor brush pens. Now I got a brown one in my stationery selection box, and so I bought the same sort of purpley pink, green and purpley brown, and so they have the brush tip on this end, and I really like that they're a pen tip on the other end, not like a thinner brush tip. And these were, I want to say they were about $2 each as well from memory. And I know that Sian got a couple of these as well. So I grabbed those. I also picked up some jelly roll pens, the souffle pens, because mine are all dying very, very slowly. So I got sort of the blue, green, pink and purple. I picked up some Le Pens because they are also really hard to find in Australia. And so when we were at the notebook store, you could go and... Oh, someone's here. Oh man, sorry about that. As I was saying, in the notebook place, there was a room that you could sit down and obviously wait for your notebook if you chose to. And they had places where you could draw in there, sort of like a guest book almost. And they had pens and pencils and things. And so they had the Le Pens as like sample pens that you could draw with. And I'd never been able to try these before because they're really pain in the butt to get in Australia. And I really liked them. So I grabbed most of the colors, I think. I didn't grab them all that they had, but they were about $2 each from memory. And so you can see all the shades that I picked up there. They're just a fine liner. They're nothing like crazy, but they're just really nice and thin, and we all really enjoyed them when we were, I guess that's the whole point, you get to play with the sample pens in the thing. And I was sketching in the brown in the actual guest book, so I picked up, I think all of them bar one, because there was another purple and I didn't like it enough to pick it up. So I grabbed those. I grabbed a My Melody pink pen. I'm pretty sure I bought that for Boo, but I bought so much for Boo that I put it away for me in the end. And this was one of the pencils out of the pen packs. I mean, yeah, the pens are the pen packs. I bought a whole heap of pen packs from Disney to share amongst all the kids. And I grabbed out this one before I let anyone pick any of them. So this has the Mickey burger and all the sort of food on there. I picked up some cute little highlighters from Universal that's got unicorns and things on it from It's So Fluffy from Minions. And so they're double-ended, which I thought were really sweet. I'm not quite sure if I really needed them at the point because I have so many of my mild liners and things. But if I'm in a pinch and I need room and space, you know, there's 2 colors in there that I can definitely just put one marker into my pencil case. I picked up this from the Notebook Place as well. And this is a rollerball pen, Kakimori. That is the name of the notebook shop, Kakimori. And they have these pens there, and you get replacement nibs, and it's a rollerball, but you can fill it with fountain pen ink. And I loved that. We all bought one. It's really hard to find like rollerballs or anything like that that you can put fountain pen ink into. And so we grabbed those. We all grabbed one. And so there's a converter in it, the nib, the rollerball, the cap, and the body, and then we got a replacement nib because I'm not sure how long they will last. And this was kind of like I think it was around 1900 yen, so around 20 bucks, which I thought wasn't too bad. And let me open it up. So it comes with a little cap, your little pipette, and there's the pen. So it looks like an actual fountain pen, but obviously you can see that it's got the rollerball on there. And I bought it to put some of my haven't decided whether to put in the ink that we made together or to put the pink lemonade ink in that I purchased from Kakimori. But I just really liked the concept. I felt like I should have bought more of them, but I was trying to be restrained. Which is why I ended up buying. The replacement nib was around $7 and the pen itself was around $20. I picked up a couple of Holbein pencils in single form that I didn't have time to actually swatch out the colors that I had already, because I just ran, as you saw in the studio vlog, I ran out of time. So I tried to pick unusual colors. So I bought a couple, a brick, I bought iris, smoky blue, navy blue, fur green or fear green, and indigo. I also picked up a Tombow pencil in like bright Prussian blue, and I also bought the double-ended Tombow pencil in vermilion and Prussian blue. And I hadn't seen these before. These were the Mitsubishi erasable pencils, so I bought that in Prussian blue as well with the eraser. And I picked up a really obscure white ballpoint pen for some unusual reason. And a Pilot Juice pen in 0.38 because they're also not that easy to get here in Australia. I still have so much stuff in my suitcase, so I will clean all this up and come back to you. I might do one more side of my suitcase. I have a lot of bigger stuff over here, like the inks, and I did buy a pack of Holbein pencils. We'll see. I might just keep going just to get it over and done with so that I can pack it all away, because it was driving me nuts being in my lounge room. And so yeah, I might just keep going for the heck of it, even though my brain's tired. Okay. I picked up if you remember, I talked about the glittery pink highlighter that I picked up in Kinokuniya. For $5, I got the entire set. So I grabbed all of them. So they're really nice. I love the pink one. I think I paid $3 for the pink one singly in Australia, and for $5 I could get all the shades. So I picked up those. I picked up this from Sakaido, this washi tape holder, so you could have let me pull it out of the packaging. I'll pause so it's not so loud and have a look through it properly, because it's really hard to see with all the packaging on it. I have something similar from this brand in particular, but it's not the same. Obviously the one I have has little like pockets that I have for ephemera and everything. I can't visually see it around here, but this one has little washi tape sample cards, like really thick ones that you can put in here. And these are where you can put your actual strips of washi tape and be able to pull them off or have samples and things. I just thought it was so freaking smart and cute. And then they have little tabs if you want to have it up what's the word, have them in sections, which I just thought was such a smart idea. Obviously you can have lots of samples if you've got a bit more room. I just liked the concept of it. And then you can you fold it up? You must be able to. Anyway, I'm not going to break it on camera because I don't want to do that. But I'm pretty sure that elastic goes around there. But it was $4.80 or $5. And a couple of you mentioned that you had it you already owned it and loved it. So I thought it was a nice purchase. I'm not quite sure if the girls picked up one or not. But I like the concept of having like your tapes all laid out. And because this is sort of like glossy, it's quite easy to pull your tapes up and off. I picked up these Play Color Tombow pens for $12. I got a whole set of pens. And these are like markers. They have a thicker stub down below and a more thinner sort of pen down one end. Oh, I've got such terrible explanations. But again, for $12, I picked up a whole set of like markers, which I thought was really crazy. I know Sian picked up a set of markers as well, and she bought all the mild liners. I think it was mild liners, or it was, no, she picked the whole set up of the these ones, what are they called? My brain's melting. The clean colors, she picked up the whole set of clean colors for like something ridiculous price tag. That was so cheap, and so she just couldn't not do it. So those were the sort of sets of pens that I picked up. And I like pens, man. Sian did way more damage on the pen front. I wasn't looking for too many pens. I did pick up these loose leaf grid papers in yellow, blue and pink, and I had intentions of getting them out and putting some in my journal so that when we came up to stamp things, I had loose paper. But it got put in my tax wrap up, so I couldn't even access it. Same with this one. I wasn't thinking. I bought a little Rhodia pad of grid paper that I could just rip out and use. Both of them got wrapped up in plastic for tax purposes, and I was like, you are so dumb, Courtney. So I had to bring them home. If you are a big Hobonichi person, you kind of know that the guy that made the really bright, colorful Hobonichi covers, what's his name? I feel I can't remember. It's Matsuda or something like that. Why can't I get this out of the packaging? What's going on? Anyway, he did a whole heap of work with Disney, and I loved the Hobonichi covers, the bright colorful ones. He also did the pinky purple pastel-y ones. I actually have a Weeks in that print somewhere, and I loved it so much. And so when I saw that he did the Disney stuff, I only picked up one item from the range because they were quite expensive. And I didn't need a tote bag. I didn't need half the stuff they had. But one thing that I thought was really unique was a mirror. There you go, Sebastian Matsuda. And it's all like Toy Story, bright, colorful and crazy. But I just thought it would be, this one was probably the most practical for me. And it just sits up like that. Good little travel mirror to put in my makeup case, and it's just so fun and bright and colorful. I mean, I really love the tote bag. There was wallets, there was earrings, there was so many cool things. But again, it was super pricey because it was obviously a collaboration. So I just went for the mirror, and I think the mirror was $20, and that was a bit of a splurge. But I loved when I saw it released, I was like, oh man, that's not going to be there when I get there. It'll be gone, because this sort of stuff sells out really quickly. But they had a small selection left at the Disney store at the Skytree. So that was the one that I picked up. So I can now finally put it in my makeup case. This was my journal from Kakimori, and this is the one that I put together. The girls did one each as well. Such a beautiful experience. I captured a lot of it on the studio, well, not the studio vlog, on the travel vlog. I did a lot of blog footage there. I showed you the shop, papers, everything. And this is the notebook that I created. So you can see there the little Kakimori. It's all in Japanese. I've got not a hope in heck reading it out for you. Please allow little rips on the cutting face of holes as they're all handmade. Leather may lose the color by its own nature. Water spills can damage leather. So they're just giving you little warnings, which is totally okay. So I got this as my front cover and this one as my back cover. I picked rose gold rings, and you could pick having the rings all the way down, or in the middle. There was a couple of different binding methods. I picked the leather tab. And so you've got all the different papers. I picked some crafts, some grid, some pastel pink, and at the front is Tomoe River. And I wish that I could have excuse me, I wish that I could have mixed them all up so they weren't just chunks of each one, but I understand, you know, why I couldn't. And then a envelope at the back, and then this is the I guess it's just to keep it sort of secure and safe. But I wanted to make so many notebooks. There were so many beautiful things to pick from, but I really do enjoy the fact that I picked a small one. We all picked the same size, and we all did different variations. We all got different bindings. I picked this type of rings so that I'm left-handed. My hand is in the middle. I'm not being obstructed by rings. Just a really beautiful experience, and an experience we couldn't get anywhere else. It was such a lovely, that whole day where we made the notebooks and we made the ink and we went to a coffee shop. It was really relaxed and slowed down, and it was exactly what my soul needed on that day. Probably one of my favorite days with the girls because it was so relaxed but such a beautiful experience. It will be one that I remember a lot. And I can't wait to show you guys the footage and stuff of everything. So I did pick up this beautiful, well, I created this beautiful notebook. And I also picked up this little leather piece from Kakimori as well. This one was around 40 Australian dollars. But it was so beautiful, and the sample just looked amazing because it obviously been handled. And it is this beautiful little leather notebook holder. So there's a card holder in the camel, and this is to sort of keep your place, and you bought the insert and the paper, and it was really beautiful. And so I was like 40 bucks for something this lovely. And I did consider giving it to hubby, but he was like, I don't need it. It's not my thing, honey. Keep it for yourself, enjoy it for yourself. But it's just so beautiful. And so you slip the notebook into the back, and I'm pretty sure you probably slip this one into the other cover as well. But I haven't done that. I'll have to do that off camera so I don't wreck it. But the sample itself has obviously been handled, was all patinaed. It felt so supple and beautiful. So I just picked one up on a whim. Yeah, it's got the little Kakimori symbol here. That was a total splurge, fluke purchase. It wasn't planned or anything. It was like the last minute thing that I put onto the counter as I was paying for my notebook and my pens. But yeah, I picked up so much packaging, man. It's killing my life. A calendar for 2020, and I picked this one up because it looks like sketchbook stuff. Like, they all look like sketchy drawings. I absolutely love the look of them. I just love the little hand-drawn items, and it was so bright and colourful. And I can cut these when they're done and tip them into my journal, which is what I will probably do. I also picked one of these up for Katie because I just thought they were so cute. And they were like $4. They were really, really cheap. But I just love the sketchbook look of them, the hand-drawn aspect. I also bought a mug in this style from Japan. Well, obviously from Japan. From Sakaido, I picked up this quirky little palette, which I thought was so stinking cute. Where is my... Like, come on. It was $4. And I guess you could put water in here if you wanted to, and colors in here. It was just so beautiful and so little and compact. And I love that it was also a brush holder at the same time. And it was just for $4. Like, this sort of stuff you cannot find. Like, I cannot find things like this. They had a whole heap of palettes, man. I could have gone palette nuts. because there was just so many unusual things that I'd never seen before. But this one was the most unusual, and it was probably one of the cheapest ones as well. So I grabbed that little palette for my studio. I have too many palettes, that's for sure. Inks. Excuse me. From Kakimori, I picked up Pink Lemonade. Going to pause because I need to refill my cup of tea right now before I have a coughing fit. Okay, let's try again. So I got one ink from Kakimori and 2 inks from Inkstand. And the Kakimori one had such a beautiful way of displaying their inks. This one was called Pink Lemonade, and it was such an unusual pink that I hadn't seen before. And I didn't intend on picking any inks up at all. But this one was so sort of unusual, sort of like a watermelon raspberry. And they sketched these beautiful pictures in the different inks. And this one was just so muted but still really lovely. And it wasn't too expensive, I don't feel. Of course I can't find the price tag now. But I just thought it was such an unusual pink and one that I didn't own. So I picked up Pink Lemonade from Kakimori. And from Inkstand, I picked up their base color pink. So they use a whole heap of base colors to create the color that you want. So your custom made ink, which is the one we have here. And so I think we all picked up a base color of our own. But I obviously picked up the pink because that's my life. And the pink was like a really sort of lovely bright a bright shade. So there was the pink shade there. I'm not quite sure the actual name of this one. I don't think these had names. And this one is the one that we created all together. So it is a mixture of Sam, Sian and I. And then it has our recipe. So our recipe was, okay, so this one was Blooming Pink. So we have 10 drops of Blooming Pink. We have 2 drops of Velvet Purple, 1 Smoky Black, and 1 drop of the dilution solution. And we tried so many different recipes until we came up with this one. And it was like a little bit of all of us. And obviously I have to give the girls their version, like their bit of this ink, because I took the bottle home. But it was such a really beautiful purpley maroon color. We tried a whole heap of different versions. You'll see when the vlog footage goes up. We had so many different sheets of tests with not enough pink, too much pink, too much black, the green. We tried so many different versions, and they were that was the ink we finalized coming up with. I just thought it was a really sort of nice, really beautiful pink. But as you can see, as this one's dried, the Pink Lemonade is so lovely. So I just loved how it looked. So there's the 3 inks that we picked up there. So that's Pink Lemonade, Blooming Pink, and the custom ink we made. And you can actually reorder from them. They will ship internationally, and we have like our batch number here. So if we wrote out and we really wanted to get a refill bottle, they can definitely do that because they now have our recipe on hand. It was like I said, a beautiful experience. We only decided to make 1 bottle of ink because it was around $40-ish to do one bottle, and we didn't think that we all needed our own bottle, so we did it as a trio and mixed the ink ourselves and wanted to make it something that was a little bit of all of us. And so inks, if you are ever in Japan, Kakimori and Inkstand are 2 places that I highly recommend you go. They are so beautiful. It's a little bit of out of the way of everything else, but it was so relaxed and lovely. Like I said, one of my absolute favorite days in Japan. Let's talk some random stuff. I picked up this little metal lunchbox at Kittyland. It was pretty pricey actually, but I think it was totally worth it. It has the Kiki's Delivery Service Gigi on it, and you can pull it up like that, and you've got a whole heap of space down there, or you can have like extras in here to keep your lunch warm. And I really liked the look of this because it is for a good little handbag size. We have, oh, that's, I always do that. I try and turn the lid. And obviously it's got all the little characters over it, and this will be good to put leftovers in when we're going out, because I don't eat heaps. I have a lot of food that I have leftovers. We have a couple of metal lunch boxes, but I just thought this one was so cute. It's a little bit heavy, so I would definitely be very wary on taking it on a huge long day trip, because I've obviously got to hold it for a long time. But I think if we were going out and we weren't out all day, if we happened to be out for lunch, I would definitely bring this to put my leftovers in, or for when we're in the car and I have some food that I want to keep warm. I definitely will be using this one. I absolutely loved it. I haven't seen anything like it before, and I loved that it was metal and has Gigi on it. It was in a box, but I obviously unboxed it before I left Japan because I didn't need the packaging. I picked up this Kiki's Delivery Service bow for keeping my fringe out of my face when I'm washing my face or getting my makeup off. I had another one of these, but Lily has taken it, and so when I saw this one I thought it would be a nice replacement. It's like terry cloth, and I'm always trying to get my fringe out of my face while I'm trying to wash my face or clean my face, or even just to do my makeup. My fringe gets a bit annoying sometimes, so this was a nice little cute purchase for getting my face clean. One of my biggest, most useful, and one of the bestest purchases I made was a drink bottle. And I picked up this Sailor Moon drink bottle in Loft on one of the first days we were there. It was so small. I was going to take my clean canteen, which is quite a bit bigger and quite heavy, but I didn't want to have the big drink bottle on me, so I didn't bring it. And when I saw this, and it was nice and petite and fit in my Kunkin sling, I picked this up, and because it was Sailor Moon, it's got like little, in the name of the future moon, I'll punish you. It's got the little Sailor Moon logo on there, pink lid, insulated. It was the best and most used purchase of my entire trip. I was worried with the humidity and the heat that I was going to faint, because that happened when we were in LA, when I was in Disneyland, and I didn't want to have the same issues, and so I picked up a drink bottle that was small, petite, and whenever I could, I would refill it. I was constantly drinking water to make sure that I stay hydrated, because we did a lot of walking. I don't eat a heap of food, and obviously there were huge gaps between when we could eat and not eat, and so I made sure that every time we stopped I found a place to refill this. I used this thing every single day, all day. It was constantly filled. When we stopped at cafes, I would steal the girls' ice from their drinks when they were finished, and I had ice, like, we filled it up in Disneyland. And when you're in the lineup for Disney, they also have like water fountains there that you can fill, so I constantly was refilling this. And we had lunch, and I put my hubby's ice in there and some water, and then it was still icy the next day. Like, that was how good it was. I love the size of this. It's such a good travel one. It was perfect, and I'm so glad that I ended up picking it up, because I was just so stressed about not getting enough fluids into me, because the heat and the humidity were extreme. We were not prepared at all. And so one of the things that I picked up was this little cloth to put into my bag to keep it from all the condensation, and then you could just wrap it down. I actually didn't need mine as much as Sam's drink bottle that she bought had a lot of condensation on it. Mine didn't seem to have that issue, but it's there when I need it, and obviously keeps it clean. And was just a cute little purchase. We got that at one of the shrines, but for real, one of the best purchases I've made, and will be in my handbag at all times from now on, because it's such a cute little small size, and it wasn't heavy. Like, I carried this full all day, every day, and we're walking like 20,000 steps a day, and this was constantly being pulled out of my sling. And the fact that it fit my sling perfectly meant that I could always have my drink bottle. I could drink constantly on the go, and that was so important with the heat. And so I'm so glad that I bought this. It's just really cool that it was Sailor Moon. They had a couple of different designs, but I like this one the most because it had the little scepter and had the pinkish lid. But yeah, totally worth it. One of my smartest choices that I made. I picked up a few flannels and hand towels. I always pick up a few when I'm in Japan because they have such a cool range that we don't get here in Australia. Oh, that's nice and vellumy. I can put that in my journal. From Kittyland, I picked up this oh, that's quite a big little hand towel for the bathroom. That's got all the soot sprites on it, which I absolutely adore. It's got a little Totoro down there, so that will go into my bathroom. I also picked up this little one for my handbag, and it's got the little soot sprites on there, and they're all embroidered and cute, and I freaking love it. I also picked up the Gigi one. I have a couple that I bought from my last trip that I carry with me in my bag. Like I carry one in my bag and have some of them in my bathroom. So they're the three ones that I got. And from, what do you call it? Disneyland, I picked up this rainbow Mickey one, sort of like pastel-y rainbow plaid. And it's got rainbow Mickeys on one side. And so they're all the flannels I picked up. I'm pretty sure that's, let me double check. There's none hiding in here. There's something. No, that's all the flannels that I picked up. Like washcloths, I should say, or tea towels. But they're just so handy for around the house that I always use these so much. So I always get a couple when I'm in Japan because they have the coolest prints that we just don't get in Australia. And this was my little anxiety monster that you may have seen on my Instagram stories. Definitely how I was feeling on the day that I picked her up. There were a few instances where I just could not cope and my body was not dealing very well with all the people and the heat. So when I saw her sitting there with her little legs wrapped up, I was like, dude, you need to come home with me. She was just too cute. She's got a little bow on her head. I definitely want to draw my version of her. She was just adorable from Fu. I love her. As you can see, I picked up a Hobonichi. I actually picked up two. The other one's in the lounge room, which I will go get in a minute. But I picked up the A6 in the Avec, because I cannot seem to keep up with an A5 and I didn't want to deal with hump, so I thought I would try the A6 in the Avec to see how I go. And I also picked up the 5-year Hobonichi in A6. It's currently being housed in my Pocket Mia Cara cover. I had to chop it down a bit to get it in there, but I will go get it in a minute because it's in the lounge room. I thought I'd had it with me. I didn't buy any Hobonichi covers. I considered it. I looked. It was so hard not to buy any Hobonichi covers because they were all there and they're all beautiful and it's so easy to get swept up in it all. Sam bought a Mega Weeks from memory. Sian resisted completely. She was like a boss. But I couldn't. I just, every time, I'm going to find one year, I'm going to pull it off. So I picked up the Avec in the A6 from Loft, and one of my big splurge purchases was a pack of 50 Holbein pencils in the pastel range. Too freaking beautiful, and I couldn't say no. I looked at them, I loved them, they're so beautiful, and I was gonna sit there and try and pick all the singles, and I did pick some of them. But when I saw the pastel box, my brain was like, it could not cope. And I think this was around $120. One of my biggest purchases in Japan were these beautiful, beautiful pencils. I'm not going to put them in my big pencil box. I think I want to keep the pastels separate. I just haven't decided how I'm going to display them yet. don't want to keep them in the box because I feel like they don't get used as much when they're in the box. I obviously will have some doubles because I bought the 12 pastel set, so there will be a couple of doubles in here, but I did not care. And I love these pencils so much, and I knew that I wanted to get some Holbein pencils in Japan this time. I didn't buy any Copic markers. I went for pencils, and so it has all the different color sets that you can get here, and I think they tell you where there's doubles, but I couldn't say no. And like I said, one of my biggest splurges was these. I'm pretty sure this was the most expensive thing I purchased, was the Holbein colored pencils. And I love my colored pencils. Markers and pencils and watercolors are my thing, and I didn't care. I was like, I'm doing it. And I was Skyping hubby at the time. He's like, do you really need them? And I'm like, yes I do. Oh look, this comes off, so I can put that in my journal. All the colored pencils, but so nice. And Sam got a pack of 50, but in like the other shades. She was gonna get this one and then decided to get the other box, but I couldn't say no to the pastels. I couldn't do it. I had no willpower. I was weak, and I do not regret it one bit. Almost done, guys. We're on the home stretch. If you're still with me, I appreciate you. I picked up some writing paper with all the food, the Tokyo Disney food. I just thought they were so cute, and I just couldn't pass it up. I also bought the folders, which have like a big one, a square one, and an obscure sized one that I just thought was so unique that I had to grab them. Please don't tell me they're all okay. For a second I thought they were all so you have this one here, which has the mango, the tropical fruit ice cream. This one's also in plastic. Come on, guys, you don't need it. And then there's the little square one, and obviously the large one with all the fruit on it, the food on it as well. I loved this, and I think it's because it also looks very sketchy. And the other thing that I picked up, which is already in my journal, which Sian found, was this little insert that has that sketchy look on it. So this says Tokyo Disney Resort Fun Map, and it was where you could put your Disney map, and there's like a little place in here we put some of our fast pass tickets, and then we've got a place to put our actual Disney tickets as well. And this was our monorail like 3-day pass to be on that as well. And so this was like standard size, so it fit perfectly in the Traveler's Notebook, and I just thought it was such a cute idea. So I actually picked one up for Katie as well for her journal, because I actually got her the blue Midori Traveler's Notebook. So that one will slip right, was in here. And that has all that sort of sketchy look that I love so very much. I also picked up a little tea light candle, like to put a tea light in. We are slowly getting our little Halloween decorations up, and so this is like a little chipmunk face, and you put a tea light in there and he'll light up, which I thought was very sweet. And I sent your hubby a message going, do we need this? And he's like, it's kawaii, get it. This was before hubby had come yet, and I was like, I love you, you're just the best. So I picked up him. I picked up some number stamps. These were quite a nice size numbers, which I thought would be great for journaling, and these were only about $8. There were some there that were crazy expensive. Like, I'm talking $30, $40 for some wooden numbers, but I don't know why this one was so much cheaper. I couldn't work out how this set was like $8, and the other ones that were very similar were so much more expensive and crazy. So I grabbed those numbers. This one is a mug. I bought 3 mugs in Japan, and this one is for when I have cappuccinos at home, because it doesn't have a handle. And this has got all the little Totoros on it. I got this from Kittyland. I actually went back for it because I couldn't get it out of my head. It says made in Japan, and obviously it's got no handle, so I can't put my tea in it because my tea I have really crazy hot. But for cappuccinos and such, I think it'll be perfect. Obviously could use it as a pen pot, but I actually want to use it as a like coffee drink. And that's because when we went to a little cafe while we were waiting for our notebooks to be finished, they served the coffee in a like handleless mug, and I really liked the experience, so I thought I could definitely use this in my sort of coffee life, I guess. The other mug I picked up is, it's going to be hard to see, but it is the Starbucks Japan mug. So you can see it's got like, I'll have to put an overlay in there because I'm using it at the moment. It's got Mount Fuji, it's got the Sakura, and I just loved it. It wasn't available last time I was in Japan, so I grabbed this one, and I also grabbed a little mini Tokyo Disney mug, which is currently in the kitchen, which I don't need to get out just yet. I picked up a lunchbox because I always pick up lunch boxes and home goods from Japan because they are really fun. I bought a Sailor Moon one last time, which I adore. And they do their lunch boxes so well, and you can have a little divider in there if you want, but it's like the perfect sort of size for when I take things out or have leftovers, or when I'm putting my lunch aside for the next day. So it's got Gigi on there. I'm sure Lily will try and steal this. I picked up a cat pencil case. I actually bought Boo one as well, and there's a reason behind this because this was like 12 bucks. In Australia, these are like $50 at the Japanese bookstore, and I have looked at them for so long, but I refused to pay the price. And when I saw how cheap they were in Japan, I grabbed my daughter and I one each. I just thought they were so cute, and I can actually think about putting colored pencils in this, but I just couldn't pass it up, so I bought Boo and I one each. They have all different types, frogs, rabbits, but of course I got a raven one. I couldn't not. I bought some pink bookbinding tape, some fabric tape, which I had not seen before. I think the girls got different colors, but I obviously got pink because I couldn't say no to the pink ones. I've only got a few things left, thank goodness, because I'm kind of over it all now. I bought some face masks for me and the kids to play with, so you'll look like Jigglypuff and Pikachu. I don't think Elijah liked the idea of them, but he won't use them. I bought some wooden spoons with some wood burnt Mickeys in it. Like I said, homewares was something that I picked up a lot of because they're just so unique and fun and really hard to get here in Australia. And so I also bought Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head salt and pepper shakers, which are actually in my kitchen right now. I got a hand sanitizer with the alien on it. And I also picked up only one pair of chopsticks, and because I'm for my love of popcorn, they have little Mickey popcorn heads on the top. I also picked up this pouch to put all my ephemera in. There are so many things in here. Actually, my B-side label stickers are in here as well, which I will show you. All different types of ephemera that I'd collected over the trip that couldn't fit in my journal, maps, stickers, postcards, you name it. The crazy photo booth stickers that John and I got done in Osaka. John looks like a drag queen. It's because they're really made for just girls, so John always looks crazy and out of this world. So what I'll do is I'll move all this off my desk and show you my B-side label stickers. My other couple of things is my Lotso pass card, like a ticket holder, and they have like a little zipper. I try and get one every time I go. I bought a couple more last time than I did this time. I only bought the one this time to go with my pink outfit. And I picked up this little guy from Disney. Oh man, so much packaging, it drives me insane. So this guy is a pencil case and it's for Halloween, but obviously it's for, I don't think I'll use it as a pencil case. I'm not sure what it's going to be used at, but it was reduced down to like $6 from 17 or 18. I also picked up a Katie one as well because it was just such a cool, I love the ghost Mickeys. They were really cute, and I quite liked them. I think that's pretty much it. I have these wooden things from a store that we went to, and you could buy fabric panels to put in them, but I'm going to move everything off this before I show you because it's going to be really hard to show you the fabric, and I don't want it to get it into my tea. So I'm going to clean up all this, put some of these things away in my kitchen where they belong now, and come back to you so I can finish up the last of this haul. Okay, I visited B-Side Label last time I went to Japan and I absolutely loved it, so I had to make sure that I took the girls to it this time. My suitcase actually has a heap of the stickers that I picked up from my last trip, so I didn't get, well, I say that I didn't get too many, but I got a few. I also picked up this postcard from B-Side Label. I picked up this little monster koi fish, and I tried to pick stickers that meant something, that had some sort of link to what we were doing. I picked up another Shinjuku one because that's where we were staying. I picked up a panda because of hubby, and this one was just too cute. This one I actually bought for my niece because she plays, it's meant to be a violin, but I'm pretty sure that's the cello. Actually, it'll be for Emma, not Amy. For some reason I was thinking about violins, but this is the cello. Ginza, because we visited Ginza, so there's that one there, and that one was sort of to represent all the shrines and temples that we went to. This is the Shibuya Crossing but with cats. I picked up a little gouache paint tube. This is for Terminal 1 and Terminal 2 at Narita, which is so cute. Mitz took us to have ramen, and it was the first time the girls had ramen before, so we all bought a ramen sticker. I also bought a Harajuku sticker for my journal, and then I picked up a camera and a cup with like stars and things in it for the whole galaxy thing. And then I also picked up these little pair of earrings, and they are paint tubes with rainbows in them. So I actually have the giant sticker of this on my suitcase. We went to the Imperial Palace Gardens, and I picked up this clear folder that's got oh my god, geishas on it, geisha girls, geisha ladies, and it's standard size, so I'll use it as a tip-in. I also picked up at the gardens this beautiful bookmark, as you can see there, and I picked up a few postcards from there. These were like almost watercolor feel, and the cherry blossoms. This is like an artist rendition of the Imperial Palace. And then I bought a set of postcards that's like all the seasons. So these are kind of represent all the seasons while around the Imperial Palace Gardens. And I'm pretty sure that's the place where we sat and journaled in. And I like the one with the full moon. Obviously this one is stunning. Cherry blossoms, so there's those. Other things that I forgot to show you was my little Gigi coin purse that I grabbed last minute. I didn't need it, but I love all the Gigi stuff because I'm obviously a big cat fan, so I will find a use. It feels like denim fabric. It was really unusual. I picked up a little Hello Kitty shopping bag, and it's got sakura blossoms all over it, because we ended up using our shopping bags and things to carry all our purchases to make it a little bit easier. So I have this one, and I have a black floral one, which is actually in the car at the moment. Sam bought this one as well. And this is where my 5-year Hobonichi is currently housed, which is what I told. I got the 5-year in the A6, so the layout has each day for the like 5 years. So, and then it's got a blank page on the other side. So I actually chopped down the back of my cover to be able to fit in here, because it didn't fit in any of my other covers that I actually had for A6, and I didn't intend on picking this up. So the fact that it fits in my Mia Khara cover, and as you can see, it's very, very well loved, and I think it'll just look really lovely in there unless I go out of my way to purchase a specific cover for it. I think this one will do quite nicely. At Universal, I picked up this little carry bag. It's clear on one side, so it has like a divider, so you can have things in here and things in there. And I carried this crossbody around Universal. This is the character Moppy, which they are huge about over at Universal. I'd never heard about this character, but I fell in love. Obviously it was pink, very monster-like. I also got ears, like they do sort of headband ears the way that Disney does over at Universal. It was epic. I'm not going to show you all my Disney ears and stuff because it's just, there's no need, but I did carry this all around Universal with my phone and my our tickets and things. It was just really easy, and I like that you can detach it and it can just be a really cute clutch. And this is what I actually switched into when walking around Tokyo. Of the Smith. That was a place that I went to a stationery. I've still got a lot of my change in here, but this is basically what I carried most of my money in when I was taking it out of my travel wallet and using it. I grabbed this at the Tokyo station. So this is a Superior Labor pouch, and I grabbed the last one in this size, and Sam got a little bit larger one in the red, and this is basically where I put all my money and all my cash when I was using it, and my one credit card, and this went into my sling, and I had my money on hand. Now I have obviously Disney ears. I'm not going to show you those, and I also have a little tiny mini Delphonics pouch in pink, but I cannot find it at the moment. It's actually, I bought it specifically to house my sprocket and my sprocket paper, and it was a new release, and I got it in a dusty pink color, which was also new. So when I find it, I will show you in a blog post or a studio vlog, but it's still MIA at the moment. But that is pretty much most of everything that I bought in Japan. And oh, that's right, I was meant to be showing you the fabric that I picked up to go on those wooden hangers. So these ones are like cats, Japanese cats doing cute things. So there's like playing instruments and all that sort of stuff. So there was this one here. I couldn't decide between the two, and so I bought both and thought I could interchange them, but I only brought one set of wooden hangers. There's that one there with all the cats and animals, and then the other one that I bought, which hubby actually likes the most and is what's going up this weekend, I got once I iron it, is the full moon with all the cherry blossoms. Which I absolutely love the look of as well. So we're going to put those into, or put this one into the hangers and hang that up. And that was kind of like a nice little homewares pickup. They had so many prints. It was so beautiful, and they had really cool ways of tying bags with these things and wooden handles. Sian actually got a kit that I almost bought as well, but I decided not to. That was like using these cloths and wooden handles and tying it a certain way to create a really cool bag. But I just love the look of these and can't wait to hang one of them up in my home probably this weekend. Now that I have everything unpacked, or semi-unpacked, I can start putting all my purchases away and start working on my travel journal, which is super chunky and super fat and filled with so much craziness. I did a lot of my journaling on my little bits of paper, and that was as much journaling as we got done because we were absolutely exhausted. But I think how I'm going to approach this is I will be journaling in my journal and putting in the vlog footage that pertains to what I'm journaling about. I think that's probably the best way to display it to you guys. So when I'm journaling about a certain thing, I can show you, I can insert and overlay footage around it, so it'll be a very interactive journal with me's that I have with me We went to the little Harry's Animal Cafe for Sian's birthday. That was her one wish, and we did that. I have so much stuff, just so much. Everywhere I turn there is more stuff to look at, but I am glad that I did a whole heap of my days in writing the way that I wanted to, and we actually made time to journal, which was so nice. When we did do it, there were a couple of days that didn't get journaled, so Disney and Universal, but I'm actually going to sit down tonight and fill those little bits of paper out because it's still quite fresh in my mind. But yeah, that is pretty much everything that I bought in Japan. I think I bought less this time around than I did last time. But I really do think that I got things that I couldn't get in Australia, or that were extremely cheap and crazily cheap. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for sticking by with me. Even though I sound terrible, I apologize so much for how I sound, but I knew that this was the one thing I could do that didn't require thinking, and everyone really wanted to see what I got for a haul. And so this is everything, and now I'm going to pack up the chaos that I've basically left in my wake, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.